Hey y'all, what's up? I'm just making a video right now in kind of a response to some people who I saw on YouTube discussing albums that changed their lives or changed the way they listen to music. And for me, I wanted to make my own video of that nature. So the first album I'm going to start off with is, as you can tell, I'm a metalhead. But this album's like instrumental into getting me into heavier and heavier music, even though it's not heavy, really. Green Day's American Idiot, surprisingly enough, but that album was like fourth grade for me, like in a package. It just changed my life, and that was the first album I could actually name as my favorite album of all time at that time. But yeah. And anyway, and the next album I want to talk about is the Black Album by Metallica. Yeah, it's black, whatever. But This album, my dad started playing Metallica for me when I was like 2, but it never really clicked for me until about 5th grade when I was listening to Sad But True. It was the first song that I ever just replayed over and over and over again because of how just fucking heavy it was. And well, it was heavy for me at the time. Now I realize there's way heavier stuff out there, but yeah, that was the first time I played the song because of its heaviness factor. So that changed the way I listened to everything a whole lot too. And next album I want to talk about is it's not my favorite album by this band, but this band is my favorite band of all time currently. This isn't my favorite album by them, but it was the one that I could name. It was my first favorite album of theirs. Anyway, it's Power Slave by Iron Maiden. For the longest time, Aces High was my favorite song. If not by them, it was my favorite song of all time. Actually, no, my favorite song of all time for the longest time was Master of Puppets. But yeah. Anyway, Power Slave really was the album that got me introduced to Iron Maiden big time. So yeah, that album was instrumental in shaping my musical tastes. The album that probably has the most, two albums that actually probably had the most influence for me. These two albums, they're just the first examples of extreme metal that I really got into. They were Slayer's Reign in Blood and Cavalier Conspiracy's Inflicted. I'll start off with Slayer. I actually bought this CD for a school project a long time ago, just to use Reign in Blood as just one song, but just for a project, and I wound up listening to the entire album. I was like, holy shit, this is insane stuff. As you can tell, this copy is signed by Kerry King, but yeah, that was kind of cool. But yeah, that album and Cavalier Conspiracy are the two albums that it's dusty. The two albums that really got me into extreme metal, because what happened with this album was my dad's, or my friend too, but he told us, he was like, oh yeah, you should check these guys out. And the first time I listened to it, I was like, yeah, growly vocals. I didn't like that at the time, but it grew on me so much, and it was like, damn, this is really good. So that kind of got me into like more and more extreme metal. And then another very instrumental album in shaping how I listen to music, Pantera's Vulgar Display of Power. It's just this is what got me into Pantera really, and especially Walk, Mouth for War, Fucking Hostile. That, oh my god, that song. But and also the song Regular People is probably my favorite song on the album. But yeah, that helped shape my musical path also. Then next is Vector's Black Future. I saw this reviewed on The Needle Drop. If you're not familiar with him, go check him out. Anthony Fantano. He reviewed this album in like 2009, which is when it was released. But it's honestly my favorite thrash album, my second favorite thrash album of all time. But it was just so instrumental in getting me into like really fast, thrashy kind of music. Next album was the first time I checked out a doom band. Another band that was reviewed by The Needle Drop. They're called Bong Ripper. And the first album I got of theirs is called Hippie Killer. And it's a great name, I know. But yeah, this album was the first time I really decided to slow shit down with my music, because before that I was like, yeah, doom metal is just too slow for me. But yeah, this changed how I look at it. Next album, or actually the final album, is if it's not my favorite album of all time, it's way up there. But it was only released a couple of years ago, and but this album just helped me to get through like the worst period of my time, worst period of my life ever. It's Machine Head's "Unto the Locust." Interesting side note. My cat died when I was going through like therapy that was to help me cope with suicidal depression, all that kind of stuff. And when I was in the program at the location itself, I found out that my cat died. It's like, well, fuck. And the first song I listened to after he died, after I found out he died, was "I Am Hell," off of the first track off this album. And that really just helped me it just gave me the strength to just face the people that I had to face, and then just give myself the help I needed, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, those are the albums that really changed my life, I guess. Yeah, if you were, I'm interested in finding out what albums you guys are, what changed your life or musical interests. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.